Hey guys, it's Shox here, and this is going to be a very basic beginner's video on hotkeys and control groups. If you guys are familiar with them, then this video may not be for you, but it's mainly designed for like new players and basically going over the breakdown of the very basics of using hotkeys and control groups. So to start off, I'm going to go over hotkeys and what they are. They're just keyboard shortcuts rather than clicking everything. So if I was take this SCV and to build a supply depot, a lot of people would click build and then they would then select your supply depot and start building. Oh, that's not what a hotkey is. If you click over build, you're gonna see B is in the brackets, and that means that B is that hotkey. So if I click B on my keyboard, it's gonna pull up my build menu. And then supply depot, at the very end of supply depot, you see that S is in brackets, so that shows that the hotkey for supply depot is S. And that's the same for all buildings and units. Barracks would be B, engineering bay would be E, turret would be T. So the more you play, you'll eventually just memorize these things, and they're very easy. So if I was to build a supply depot, let's just take a look. If I was to click build and then supply depot, that takes a couple seconds, where if I was to click BS, that takes not even a second. It's really quick, and that's the importance of hotkeys, because it really cuts down your time and the amount of time it takes to build things and build units. And if you ever want to be at a higher level in Starcraft 2, you have to always use hotkeys and control groups. So like it's a must-have. If you're never going to get placed into platinum or diamond if you're not very efficient into with your hotkeys and shortcuts. So if I was to build a barracks now, I would click BB, and I can start building barracks. And that's just what you want to start doing with all your anytime you build something. I'd recommend maybe going playing some practice games until you get like the basics of your hotkeys down. But the key is forcing yourself to use them. You don't want to be clicking build and then finding what you want to build. You just want to have it memorized. And then you'll also see, besides build, you also have advanced build structures, which the hotkey is V, which is right next to B. So you have B for your basic structures, then V for your advanced structures. So if I was to build a factory, I would click VF. I'd be able to build a factory. So that's one thing you have to get down. And again, like I said, it takes a little bit to learn these, but after you force yourself to use them, they become really easy. So to build a factory, I would just click VF and start building the factory. And then as you see, there's hotkeys for every single thing in this game. So to add on a tech lab to this barracks, I would just click X. So I would just highlight the barracks, click X, and tech lab would start being added on. Same with factory. And again, like eventually you're going to get the hotkeys down. It just takes time and practice. Besides hotkeys for just building units, and it's the same for every race. Terran, Zerg, Protoss, they all have hotkeys for all of theirs. So if you're a Protoss player, you would just take your drone, and to build a pylon you click BE. With a Zerg, to build a hatchery you would click BH. So it just all depends on what race you're playing. They all have hotkeys a little bit different depending on the race, because there's different units. So besides just hotkeys, you have hotkeys to build units also. So if I highlight my three Raxes, you're going to see that to build a Marine, the hotkeys a Marauder is D, Reaper is R, and a Ghost is G. So if I wanted to build two Marauders, I would double tap DD, and then if I want to build two Marines, I would click AA. And as you can see, it's queued up. Two Marauders and then two Marines in the order that I press them. And this is very important, because when you're in the using control groups, you need to know the hotkeys so you can efficiently build units while playing really quickly. So that leads to the next big point, is control groups. What control groups are? They're hotkeys that you specify. Where hotkeys, these are hotkeys that Blizzard has for every unit and every race. Actually, before I do that, I want to give go over hotkeys of actual units also. Units such as Sea Shanks that have special abilities, Ghost, they all have hotkeys for the special abilities also. So for a Sea Shank, to siege up, I would just click E. So the entire point of that is, if I have a group of units selected, I click D to unsiege my Sea Shanks. And then while they're selected, and then or I can click E to siege them back up. And that same goes for a ghost. So I can click E to fire off an EMP round, R to do a sniper round, and again, once you get used to your race's hotkeys, it becomes really easy and makes your entire gameplay that much faster and quicker. So it's really important to get those down. And as you can see, whenever you have a group of units highlighted, you're gonna have them all, but usually it brings up like what the Blizzard feels is the most important unit. So I have my ghosts. When I highlight all my units, you're gonna see my ghosts